So we finally know the bullet that they claim Tyler Robinson used. It is a Remington core lock, 150 grain. This deer, I do not know the bullet weight. 30-06 punches deer. And that is all she wrote. I would probably say this might be, it's a whitetail. So probably a 125 grain to 140. Whitetails are smaller body, so you use a lighter bullet. That way, you keep more meat. Alrighty. That is a ballistics gel head. And I'll play it a couple of times. I mean, it really does. It shows a devastation, but alright, now we will get over to CR42 Hunting 99. This guy was on top of it, and he's using 180 grain. 180 grains, that's what we use for elk. For mule deer, 150 grain is pretty common. Again, the difference is on the 180 grain, you want the knockdown power for elk, moose, bear, and it's still going at a really good speed. I think, let's
30 out
watch.
6 rounds absolutely hammer their target. This is what 150 grain 30 out 6 round does to a watermelon. And again, in slow motion. And this is what a 30 out 6 does to a pork shoulder. And here it is again in slow motion. A 30 out 6 round absolutely destroys meat. 30 out 6 round.
Now that's 180 grain. 150 grains goes a little bit faster, but it's a smaller, lighter bullet.
All right, so we're going to test some cow femurs, some shoulder blades. Again, 141 yards, 9-degree slope. As close as it gets. Okay guys, so here is our cow femur, and again, this was literally just butchered today, brand new, about, I don't even know, 7, 8, 9 inches in circumference. And as you can see, let's see, what do we got? Let's take a look at this.
Half of it's still missing.
It shattered the entire cow femur in half. We don't even know where the rest of it is at the moment.
There's pieces here.
There is. Yeah, you're right.
We got.
Yeah, so, as you can see, it just exploded it. And again, But, you know, a human neck could definitely stop this. And then over here, well, we obviously know it went through and through. And, oh, yeah, here we go. So here's our, well, that's our exit wound for sure.
Exit wound, yeah.
Here's our entrance wound here. And this is the frozen pork shoulder. You guys can see this is beefy, and as you can see, it just absolutely obliterated this pork shoulder straight through the bone, right through the backstop. Nope. Oh, yep, there it is. Blew right through there. Look how big that hole is. So here, guys, that was the lower base neck shot. As you can see, this ripped this entire animal's neck basically in half. That was our mid neck shot. Blew through, just shattered everything inside. Looks like about all the way in here, 4 inches to 4 inches. Completely ripped this entire neck apart. So, well, you know, and this neck is, again, probably 2 to 3 times as big, wide, strong as Charlie's neck. There you go. All right, now we're going to send one at the mid-back to basically the biggest part of the animal and see what happens. You guys can see
soft tissue.
Brian's pulling up. There's just fragments of bone.
Yeah,
it just
fragment of bone buried inside of the cavity right there.
No round. It just ripped this entire animal in half straight through the spine. And again, this was fresh as of hours ago. This is basically, you know, the closest thing you're gonna get to a live animal that you have. And this is insane. I didn't expect this. For this to rip this animal in half like this.
Our bullet lost a little bit of weight. Is that a small, tiny little piece of the jacket?
Yep.
That's barely the size of a head of a
So
pig.
this is great to look at. Let's see if I can pull this up. So guys, as you say, Charlie supposedly had the round plus 7 fragments. All we got was that tiny little sliver of jacket. Crazy, dude. Look at that. It just, ripped this animal in half.
That wasn't even attached.
Wow. Okay. So next we're going to try pork shoulder with a cow femur. Or should we do vertebrae? Cow vertebrae, neck vertebrae, wrapped in frozen pork shoulder. Maybe something will stop this round, right?
You better use a lot of Gorilla Tape too to give thick skin. All right,
guys, so this is like the most obnoxious test ever, or actually kind of maybe expecting this to be the thing that can maybe stop this round, okay? This is a freshly butchered, massive cow neck vertebrae. As you see, this is 3 inches thick in bone, attached to also a pork shoulder blade with another 8 inches of meat plus another layer of bone. Okay, so plus wrapped in Gorilla Tape. If anything can possibly stop this round today, this is what we're assuming is going to do it. So let's find out. All right, and we'll turn it around. I might have to. Okay, so this was what we thought maybe would be the thing that might stop this round, right? We did a brand new massive cow neck vertebrae wrapped in about 8 inches of sheep meat, and then also sheep shoulder blade, okay? So I don't know how many layers of massive bone, but as you can see, we had a separate dipstick on the bottom. Well, as you can see, it blew through everything. So let's see the results here. So here's the exit wound, as you can see, and we shot it actually from the front of the pork shoulder, but as you can see it, I mean, look at this hole, shattered the bone, massive exit wound. Here's the, as you can see here, guys, here's our entrance wound, right? Great shot.
Thank you.
Look at that, that's about as perfect shot as you get. Straight through the front of it, and you guys can see look how much meat this is, guys. Look at me. Look at my torso here. This is all bone. Massive animal bone, brand new, not brittle. Butchered today. Straight through everything. Massive explosive. I mean, look at this. Look at that, guys. Straight through. Exploded everything. So, again, this is about as close of a recreation of this actual shot we could possibly get, right?
And this is just obnoxious.
So, there you go, guys. And to all the Twitter ballistics experts, we'll put up the data for it also. And feel free to go out and try this yourself, and please show us your recreation of this exact shot like we did, and show us how this doesn't go through a human neck. So that'll do.
Oh boy. Here we go, baby.
Let me know when you're going hot.
Oh, he said it. I was about to, and then you talked. Thanks for that.
Safety first.
Jackpot. Oh, fuck.
This is the first time I've seen this, and I'm sniping it off another video.
Theory that Charlie Kirk was killed by an explosive placed in his wireless mic is growing in popularity. And when you look at the reenactments done online, side by side, you can't help but notice the way that the shirt moves, the way that the necklace moves, and the way that the body moves are so similar. And now Tucker Carlson is openly saying that he believes that Charlie Kirk was killed because...
believe he was most likely murdered for his evolving views on Israel.
Which is interesting when it comes to the exploding mic theory, because almost exactly a year before Charlie Kirk's assassination, Israel attacked Hezbollah with exploding walkie-talkies and pagers in an operation called Grim Beeper. And then you look at what TPUSA has done. They've put his handheld mic on display, but where's the wireless one? Brian Harple, Charlie Kirk's security, said that in the hospital he cut his Freedom shirt off. Where is that? Isn't that evidence? What if there's shrapnel on it? Speaking of which, this is what an exploded Rode wireless mic looks like. And when you freeze frame Charlie's hand the moment after the attack, that's what a lot of people believe they are seeing on his hand. And in October of 2025, Ian Carroll brought up the fact that there was an explosives factory that was wiped off the map in Tennessee that had government contracts that made mic packs. And immediately after Charlie Kirk's assassination, UVU did complete construction of the area where he was assassinated, and people wondered if it was to cover up evidence. And now you have to wonder if the evidence they were trying to hide was from an exploded mic. This was once just a conspiracy theory, but it seems that it's shaping up to be something more. As always, I want to hear what you think about all of this down below.
I have a few different ballistics websites on this. You can see ballistic tables from Major Ammunition, 30-aught Springfield ballistics chart, and the my favorite one is the Nosler, but we know this was Remington 30-aught 6 Springfield, core locked, 150 grain PSP ammo ballistics. It's traveling 2,910 feet per second. That's 2,820 foot-pounds of energy. Imagine stepping off a curb in front of a bus that's doing 40 miles an hour. That's pretty much what it would feel like to get hit by it. You can see at 0 yards, it's leaving the barrel. At 50 yards, you are spot on. You're not really getting any drop until about 150 yards. And the way we sight in out here is we will go 2 inches high at 100. we want it right above the bullseye. If you shoot targets, you know what I'm talking about. You have your crosshair lines on your targets. We want to go 2 inches high at 100 yards because that will drop us in right around the about 275 to 300 yards, and that's where we get our zero. So everything, and that's because we're not shooting a lot of 100-yard shots. I mean, that deer, the last deer I got, 288 yards, but I was shooting a 7 mag, so I have a 30-06. I love the 30-06. For black bear, I would rather go with a 30 caliber because it delivers that devastation to where a 7 mag shoots so fast it just goes through them, and then the fat seals the bullet hole and you've got bigger problems. Anyhow, let's get back to this. This is all of your specs. 125 yards and 150. At 125, you're going 2,546 feet per second. At 150 yards, you're going 2,477 feet per second. What we want to do, scroll down here, Remington Arms, core lock, 150, and that SP is a ballistic tip. So the core lock Ultra Bond is about as close as I can get. And it's telling you 2,820 feet per second. Or that might be the... that's your foot pounds. And 2,910 feet per second. So both of them are telling you the same thing. The only difference is this site does not have the ballistic chart. And what I was getting at, 150 and 125 yards, because Charlie was shot at 144 yards, so it's safe to go off at the 150 yard. I mean, you only have an inch and a tenth with a 100-yard zero. At 150 yards, you've dropped 1 inch. That's seems like a lot, but that's pretty flat. So anyhow, that is my ballistics bullshit, and I am going to upload. If you want to do a search and try to fit your own opinion, all you have to do, 30-06 shot testing, and you're gonna have shit like this come out. So 30-06 Charlie Kirk shooting. The only problem is nobody out here is using, I can't tell what that grain is. Nobody shoots those out here. And it looks like it says 50. Looked like it said.
Have you ever seen a 30-06 bullet that looks like this? Could this be the type of 30-06 bullet that killed Charlie Kirk? This is a 30-06 accelerator round, produced by Remmington in 1977. The plastic sabot is used to center the smaller 22 caliber bullet in the larger 30-06 case. This allows the 30-06 case to shoot a 22 caliber bullet. The 55 grain soft point projectiles move at over 4,000 feet per second. The accelerator rounds work great for small game like coyotes or prairie dogs. We've gotten a lot of comments about accelerator rounds. And just maybe they solved the mystery.
This is a channel that I like. I didn't know he had done that. Here it is, CR42 hunting. 1976.
Because the 22 caliber bullet is moving at 4,000 feet per second, the grain soft point projectiles move at over 4,000 feet per second. The accelerator rounds work great for small game like coyotes or prairie dogs. We've gotten a lot of comments about a plastic sabot is used to center the smaller 22
I'm trying
caliber
to go back
bullet
to where
in the larger 30-06 case. This allows the 30-06 case to shoot a 22 caliber bullet. The 55 grain soft point projectiles move at over 4,000 feet per second. The accelerator rounds work great for small game like coyotes or prairie dogs.
I gotta be honest. I've hunted my entire life and I've never seen one. I know you're not buying them off the shelf, but I thought he said something about 1976 or 77. I'd like to know where the hell he found them. But anyhow, 30-06 shot testing and heavy duty country. His video was really good. And wherever, here's Nate. He told me that I could use his latest. I emailed him and asked him if I could use the latest video they did after everybody found out what the bullet was. And so now that we know the bullet, you're going to have to go with a Remington Core-Lock 150 grain bullet. Sorry, that's what the claim is. They're married to it. You cannot change your story in the middle of the shit show. Alright, I am going to put this and the one I just did together. Then I'm going to attach Nate's video, and then I have another part that HDC let me borrow or use. So anyhow, I can put all this together later.